Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis Me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it is going to be on The Fall Guy. This movie stars Ryan Gosling as a stuntman, and like everyone in the stunt community, he gets blown up, shot, crashed, thrown through windows, and dropped from the highest of heights, all for our entertainment. And now, fresh off an almost career-ending accident, the working-class hero has to track down a missing movie star, solve a conspiracy, and try to win back the love of his life while still doing his job. And his crush is played by Emily Blunt. And this is actually based off a TV show which I was never really aware of. Anybody remember 2017's Baywatch? I had no idea that was based on a TV show. But unlike that movie, this movie I had so much fun with in a good way. This movie is directed by David Leitch, who you may know as the director of Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, and Bullet Train. And yeah, he was actually a stuntman himself, so it would make sense why he would make a movie like this. Ryan Gosling, anything he's really in, I know he's bound to steal the show. Even if the Barbie movie sucked, which shockingly didn't, I knew he was going to be the best part, and he was. I mean, he stole the show at the Oscars when he performed I'm Just Ken, and yeah. And he's terrific in this movie. He is a lot of fun when he's on screen, and it shows that when it comes to these types of movie roles, he just bounds to have a lot of fun. And when it comes to his humor, he manages to pull it off really well. Same with Emily Blunt. Their chemistry together, even though it's not always on screen that much, as most of the time they're actually on the phone, I really bought their chemistry and thought it really paid off when it got to the end of the film. I really like the connection that they have, how their relationship grows, and it pays out as kind of a romantic comedy sometimes, and I really bought it. The movie is a little over 2 hours long, and it never really feels that way, as the opening sequence, I thought just, it gave me exactly what I was expecting throughout most of the film. A lot of the times they're working on movies, but one thing that I didn't really expect that much was, I honestly thought this was going to be more focused on making films and the action would be in the movies that they're making, but it's actually, like, I didn't know about the whole, trying to save this one missing person plot, which oftentimes can be a bit confusing when it comes to certain parts involving the missing person. And it's probably the weaker aspect of the film, in my opinion, but like I said before, there's a lot to love about the film when it comes to the action. When it comes to the action that's not that's not like in the movies that they're making. It is so much fun, and I didn't care that it was PG-13. It managed to be a blast. Like, there's this one sequence in a nightclub. It was a lot of fun and very stylish too. And I should also point out that if you're a massive lover of stunts and stunt performers in general, and the fact that stunts have been going on in movies for years, and they never really do get the credit that they deserve, this is a true love letter to stunt people in general that just put so much hard work in honestly putting themselves in dangerous habits just to entertain people. They really deserve medals for what they have achieved, even if it's not Oscars, which there really should be a category. I mean, some people often tend to just because people have suffered a lot or have been injured a lot when it comes to, working on stunts. And yeah, some actors even perform their own stunts. Even Ryan Gosling in the movie performed his own stunts. Yeah, it's honestly very impressive just how far they'll go to entertain people. So this movie, paying tribute to all that, if this was made back in the day, like, I'm surprised this wasn't made back in the day, because sometimes it tends to feel that way, though it does have some modern references. But whether it being an older film or a modern film, it still tends to work very, very well. Even when it comes to, the plot about, the missing person and how, Ryan Gosling pays off as a guy trying to find this other person. He manages to be very entertaining, along with Emily Blunt. Their chemistry together, despite not being on screen as much, I still feel like they had just enough chemistry together, talking to one another, in order for me to fully get me hooked and really enjoying their relationship. And it has me thinking maybe they should do more movies. Like, I wouldn't mind if they did more movies together, because her relationship works really well in this movie. And in the end, guys, I had a blast with The Fall Guy. When it comes to the movie making aspect, it is familiar, but you don't really care about that. And when it comes to finding the missing person plot, it can be a bit confusing, but you don't really care about that either. All you really cared about was a lot of stunts going on and paying tribute to those stunts And of course, if you're a big fan of Ryan Gosling or Emily Blunt, you're bound to see the movie anyway, because I feel like anything Ryan Gosling is in, people are bound to see it. I wouldn't necessarily say this is his best film, like probably not going to be as iconic as something like Drive, or probably not even Barbie, but I do feel like it stays as a category as one of the most entertaining films he's been in. It's very well paced, and all in all, if you're a fan of stunts and stunt performers, this is definitely for you. Showing that David Leitch really knows what types of movies to make when in the past he has done specific things that the movies are about. Basically, he was a stunt performer, and him making a film involving stunt performers and being about, performing stunts in general, it pays a lot of tribute to that, and I had a blast with it, and I definitely see myself watching it again in the future. I saw it in IMAX with my dad. We both had ourselves a really good time just chowing down on that popcorn while watching all this go on. It had a lot of mayhem going on in it, and it really paid off in the end. So yeah, definitely check it out. There was quite a bit of people in the theater seeing the movie, so yeah, I hope more people go out and see this. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.